hope y'all can hear me well. Got this little cute little microphone so that you all could hear every single detail that we're saying, so you could follow along. I hope that some of you bought the ingredients to make our albondiga soup today. You're gonna love it. It's very, very yummy. It's hearty and it's comforting. And let me see, do I have any viewers? I know some of you all are out protesting and stuff. And Kimberly Porter, hi Kimberly. Happy Sunday, sweetheart. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I have my notes that my production team of 2 now. It's increasing, okay. Give me some props. First of all, I'd like to thank you for tuning in and welcome you to the show. Ceci, hi Ceci. Kimberly Flowers, look at my faithful looker honors. You have a grocery order being delivered. Ooh, okay, good. There you go. That's another great idea. See what you do, Kimberly? You always give me great ideas. What if we contract with some of these people and get you the ingredients that you'll need so you have them ready? Dang, you're smart, girl. Carmen, hola Carmencita, voy a hacer albóndigas. Yo sé que tú las haces mejor, pero aquí le vamos a echar ganas, ¿eh? Bienvenidas. Welcome everybody to Angel's cooking class or cooking show. Lucero, hola prima, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo están todas por allá? Oh, look at those hearts. Thank you, Ceci. Yes, click on the hearts and the likes. I love to see those things fly up in the air. Okay, so just welcome and thank you for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and light our sage and do our inspiration. I got some little some sage incense so that I don't have to burn the whole sage thing. Okay. I got my little salt rock that my daughter Angel brought me, and when she gave it to me, I didn't know if I should lick it or if I should turn it on. Maybe if I licked it, I turned it on. Okay, this is a children's show. This is a child appropriate. So, okay, we're going to do our inspiration. Hi, Kim Cravey. Hi, sweetie. I know our hearts are hurting right now because of the huge loss we had with this young police officer. But we're praying for him and we're keeping him and his family in our prayers. And, you know, it's a tragedy. It's such a tragedy, such a young life lost, as many of our lives are being lost out on the streets. So our inspiration today, and remember, I take it from the top, and then the one I have, the one I read, I place it on the bottom. Is that your favorite soup? All right, so we're gonna make it so you can make this authentic Mexican recipe, okay? I know y'all could go to the Mexican stores and buy it, but when you make it, there's just something else, something extra. Okay, so today's inspiration I'm taking from the top. And today's inspiration says, freedom is my divine right. Whoa. This is a trip, because every time we read our inspiration, it goes with what's going on, you know. So the universe has already shuffled these cards, and however they come up is how we're reading them. Okay, and it says, I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. Woo! This one gave me chills. Freedom is my divine right. I don't know if you guys could see that. Freedom is my divine right. Amen, right? Who's that? Anna Weber. Hi, Anna. Okay, so I'm going to place this card all the way in the back. Okay? No one, these were pre-shuffled a long time ago from my first class, cooking class. Got my little incense going. Got my coffee. Okay. So today's donations, anybody who donates today is going to get this meal for two. If you donate $100+, you'll get this meal for two plus the drink, and you'll get a custom-made tumbler with your name on it and a little Zen, the little Zen, what you call it, logo, whatever. I just got these. These are so cool. Look, Kimberly, I know you're gonna want one of these. So it's a little, it's a glass double insulated water bottle that you could take with you, but it has like a, you know, the little koozie where, and I could custom make, tailor. Whoever donates 100+ is going to get this meal for two. Froze. And one of these tumblers. You donate 200+, you'll get a custom double insulated wine tumbler. You know, you could get your name on it, and you could get the little Zen logo on the back. Or you can get a mask. Okay, donate a little bit more, I'll just throw the mask in there. Today's donations are going to help our small businesses here in Long Beach that were looted and destroyed. I know some of you are going to say, well, they have insurance to cover that. You all don't understand, like, the magnitude of the damage that was done to some of these small businesses, and you don't know what kind of insurance they had. So before anybody prejudges, you have to go down and ask yourself and look around and know, ask the people who were there, which businesses have been the most affected. So we're going to connect with the people that have their finger on the pulse of Long Beach, of downtown Long Beach, of North Long Beach, wherever the looting happened, and we're going to connect with them, and they're gonna select the nonprofits that receive the money. So anything we raise today is going to go to help the small businesses that were looted in Long Beach. Okay. So we're just paying it forward, man. We're trying to see what we can do. What else can we do? We sent out our members to do the cleanup on Monday. Anybody that was protesting, I'd like to say just peaceful demonstrations. Instead of saying, you know, we're protesting. The protesting part is important, but if we kind of tweak the language, message through, okay, and we know that there was many other groups that were out there that were not there for the right reason. They were not there for George Floyd or for Rodney King, or for, we can go on and on and on. You know, they were there for their own reasons. They were there to make their own statements. They were there to capitalize, for that opportunity to get something without having to pay for it. You know, destroying stuff is not the way. Destroying things, destroying your own community is not the way to go. And I know that a lot of these people were not from our community. You know, they came from other places to just instill this hate, you know, just to make this hate grow bigger. I'm getting sidetracked. That was supposed to be at the end, but I'm just like so passionate about all this stuff. And today's shirt is "You Matter." You matter. Don't let your story end. You know, there's so much division right now, and that's all part of this. It's all part of the divide and conquer situation, you know. So a lot of people have unfriended me. A lot of people have unfriended each other. And a lot of people that were so-called friends or associates or partners are finding out what's really going on in their mind and in their hearts and in their souls. So, you know, these are times where you're going to truly find out who's who in the zoo, like Kim used to say. And people are going to come out the woodwork. But don't let that tarnish your soul. Don't let evil get inside of your soul. You go out there and you be the change, and you lead, and stop following other people. If you don't have the facts, if you don't fact check stuff, you know, maybe you're just being led by somebody who has alternative motives. But let's get back to Zen cooking. Today you're watching Soul Food, Zen Cooking with Angel Macias. Who's that? Maria Silva. Hi, Maria. Hi, happy Sunday, sweetie. And I say happy Sunday because I'm feeling more optimistic today. I'm watching all of the youth just loud and proud and out there, just giving it their all and making their voices heard. So, if you want to make donations, you can go to our website, www.mycff.org, or you can go log into PayPal and send a donation to cffocus@gmail.com. Or you can do snail mail. Just send us a check, write us a check, send us a check to 6475 East Pacific Coast Highway, number 191, Long Beach, California, 90803. Okay, so the dish I'm cooking today is Albondigas soup, and this is my great-grandmother's recipe, my grandmother's recipe, my mother's recipe, and now my recipe to my daughters and to you. I'm sharing all this stuff for charity, sharing my skills and talent for charity because that's what I could do from right here. And we all have many skills and talents that we could do from home and share. So I hope that you all find your talent and what it is that you're good at, and you use it for helping the community and helping yourself too. So ingredients, what are the ingredients? So I am using, because there's only my mom and I here, and then I share this with my production team of 2. Renee, this is kosher beef, and it's 1 pound. 1 pound of kosher beef. Then we have potatoes. You can use any type of potatoes. Russet potatoes, white potatoes, red potatoes. You have the yellow squash. You have carrots. You have zucchini. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Shay? Scott Fisher. Hi, Scott. Hi, how are you? Thank you for your donation. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So we got to find a way to get this Albondigas soup to you. You're gonna need some corn. This is pre-cooked corn. Actually, I made a bunch of corn. My mom loves roasted corn, so I just take it with the husk and everything, and I roast it in the oven. And then I just cut it up into small little rounds like this. Now, if you guys don't want to do the work, my mom loves to pick it out of her soup and just like munch on it. But if you don't want to get your hands dirty, you could shuck it. You could just cut it off of the what is this called? Off the cob. You could just shuck it off the cob and just put the little pieces of corn in your soup. Okay, so I had already washed my hands, but let's get you all started here, okay? Okay, so those are the main ingredients. What else are you going to use? I'm going to put a jalapeno. Now again, these are Trader Joe's jalapenos. They have a little tiny bite to it, a little heat, but not too much. You're also going to use some tomatoes. I love the vine ripened tomatoes. They just have a different taste. And some garlic and some celery. All of this stuff is washed. You have to make sure you wash everything really good. And then we're going to use some cilantro. Okay? So let's get started. So this could start boiling so you can see the finished product. Okay, so remember, be present. I have to admit, I'm going to tell you guys what happened last time. I was not present. My energy was horrible. My energy was really, I was anxious. I was sad. I was very emotionally charged. My spirit was emotionally charged. So we kept on freezing. I hope we don't freeze, and we kept on getting bumped off. So today I just did some meditation, and I hope we finish this soup today. Okay. So I accidentally cut my finger last time, and it was so funny because I thought that you all had caught it on camera, because I started kind of like freaking out a little bit that you guys would see, and I ran and I checked the camera, and it was a trip. It was almost like if it was planned. The camera shut off right before I cut my finger. So I had the time to go and do everything I needed to do and come back like, nothing happened here. But I'm so glad that none of you caught that. Again, I'm going to remind you, when you're cooking, you have to be present. You have to be present. Hi, Angela. I'm making Albondigas soup. Now, I know you had my Albondigas soup. So see, these knives are so sharp, you have to be careful. I wasn't even chopping when I cut my finger. I had laid down the knife, and I accidentally bumped my hand into the tip of the knife. And it was just a little nip, but you know, you cut your finger right where you have that little excessive bleeding part. No bueno. Okay, so my pot is already heating up. We're gonna put, I know, I always pick on Renee because she's always like, you know, how much is this and how much is that? So right here I put, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna get this baby cooking. So we're gonna put the aromatics. Aromatics are onion, garlic, celery, anything that gives your soup that scent or that flavor. Everything gives it flavor, but you know, there's certain things that you just use. Okay, next we're going to do, I'm going to do the pepper. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot the onion. Uh-oh. Let me cut the pepper first. Be present, Angel. Be present. Now, the pepper, this one is not hot, like I said, so I'm going to cut it in medium size, chop it in medium size. So if it was hot, if it was really hot, I would love to, I would ask you guys to please dice it really, really small, because you don't want to get a big piece of pepper, spicy pepper in your mouth. Okay, this one is not spicy, so it's okay if you do like a medium little dice. All right, in the pot. And again, before you start cooking, you have to make sure that all your kitchen is clean and sanitized, and that your hands are washed really good, and that your veggies are washed really, really well. Okay. You don't want to get any dirt in your plates, or, you know. Okay. Let me stir that around a little bit. And the reason I am kind of like sauteing my vegetables a little bit is because it gives it a different taste than just throwing the water in there and throwing the vegetables in there. It gives it a really, really yummy taste. Okay, where is my onion? I don't know about this wire hanging all over the place. It'll trip me up. Who else is there? Rodolfo? Hi, Rodolfo. Welcome to Angel's cooking class. We're making albondiga soup. Just translate to meatball soup. So albondiga soup is a comfort food that my family in Mexico loved to not only to make it but to eat it. And my great grandmother, I think I told you guys before, but she was a healer. She was a midwife. She cured a lot of people. She brought so many children into this world, and she also helped bury a lot of people. So to her, taking care of the community was personal, because the community that she was taking care of were the same children that she brought to this earth, to this world. She was a very wise woman. She a lot of people went to her if they had sickness or any ailments, and she was the type of person that had this huge farm, and she had this garden, and whenever somebody would come to seek help from her, she knew exactly what they needed, and she would go right to her garden, pick things up, cut things out, and she would make either teas or some infusions or stuff that she would just put on their skin, on their face, on their hair, on their belly, and she would make them better. But she used to swear. She used to swear, and this is I know that your grandmothers, I don't care what culture you're from, your grandmothers also told you that chicken soup is good for the soul. You know, there's that book, but she would say that chicken soup, albondiga soup, and what is that other? The caldo de res. She would say that it was good to heal a cold and to heal a broken heart. And that to me was like the cutest. Renee Smith. I share many of her traits. Thank you, sweetie. She was a wonderful, wonderful human being. And I mean human being, because she didn't care if you were rich or poor. If you came to seek her services, she treated you equally. She didn't jump up if there was somebody who was rich and came to ask her for healing. She would treat them just the same as the poor man that had no money to pay her. And she would always say that a true healer would never charge you money. That they would just heal you no matter what. And the people that she healed would automatically just if they didn't have any money, they would bring her, like, this was in Mexico, okay, not here in the United States. It was in Mexico. So the people who she helped would bring her like little chickens or the fresh batch of corn that they had just picked, some flour, some beans, you know. They would just pay her with the stuff that they had. And she said, I will never be hungry, because these people are going to take care of me. And she was right. I mean, she had horses, she had cows, she had chickens, she had goats. She had all these things that people would give her, because they were so grateful that she healed them from whatever ailments they had. And I know one particular story that I have for you guys is that when we were there for a summer, and I mean like 3 months, from the day we got out of school to almost the day we had to go back, I remember this one gentleman brought his wife to my great grandma, and he said that he wanted to have babies, and for some reason his wife couldn't have any babies. So I happened to be there, and I was maybe 11 or 12, and my great grandmother said, okay, we'll lay her down right here. She lay down. My grandmother inspected her, and no gadgets, no fancy gadgets. Uh-oh, what happened to my light? No fancy gadgets, and she just checked her out. She touched her belly, and then she said, oh, I know what's wrong with your wife. Your wife is, uterus is inverted or something like that. I can't even remember. We're putting the garlic in. My production team of one is helping me over there. So she told this man that her wife's uterus was inverted, introverted. Uh-oh, what's happening over there? Okay, we're still alive. So she said she could help her, she could heal her. So she took this infusion. She gave her this tea, and she grabbed these oils and stuff and started like massaging her stomach, all her belly, all over, and the woman was making all these noises and stuff, and it looked like it was hurting her. But yeah, my grandmother said, okay, go back and come back and go back home and come back and let me know what happened. So I had to go to Guadalajara. This was in Zacatecas, Mexico. I had to go to Guadalajara for like a month and a half or something like that. And when I came back, I got to be witness that the husband and his wife came back to thank my grandmother, and they brought a little baby goat. And he told my grandmother that he was thanking her because his wife was pregnant. So you know, I don't know how they knew when something was wrong, but she was amazing. She was amazing. She did lots of amazing things in her community. And you know, we take for granted all of the teachings that our ancestors brought to us. You know, we don't even consider that anymore. You know, well, some of us, because I still do. Some of us don't even consider that. They had all this knowledge, and they transferred it from generation to generation. I would go really quick. Thank you, Kimberly. Yes, thank you. I would go and look for alternative healing, for homeopathic healing, before I try to go to the doctor. You know, sometimes you have to go to the hospital. I'm not knocking them. Please don't shut me down because you think I'm being anti-hospital. Please go to the hospital because you could still get some stuff done. You know, but what I'm saying is that we've kind of lost track. You know, we lost the way, and don't forget that a lot of this medicine, a lot of these medications came from the forest, and they came from the jungles, and they came from all these plants and these herbs and these spices mixed together. So I have a big space in my heart for all of the healers, the natural healers. And I hold my grandma just close to my heart anytime I have a question or something. She's no longer here, my great-grandmother, Mama Maria. But every time I have a question or I'm feeling uneasy, I summons her. I summons her soul, her energy, because I really believe that they still guide us somehow. Their energy, their soul still is here to help us and guide us. Okay, so what I put in there so far is celery, onion, and garlic. Now we're going to start with the hardest vegetables. I'm going to put my carrots in there. And then again, remember that, man, when you're cooking, it's beautiful to see all these colors and all these different spices that go in there. Right, Kimberly? Natural is best. Natural is always best. You know, all these medications came from somewhere. And I'd go with natural herbs for healing. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to saute your carrot for a little bit, for a little while, for a few minutes. Oh, man. Again, coffee. I love coffee. Okay, now I chopped everything up just so I don't spend a bunch of time just chopping and you guys watching me chop instead of seeing the finished product. So what we're gonna do is, okay, so you saute the carrots with the mix, and then do not forget to season it. So we're gonna put we're gonna add some salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper. My great grandma didn't add pepper, but I just like the way it just has that little kick. So again, if since I'm making this into a kosher meal, I'm using the vegan chicken bouillon. And again, you season to taste, okay? Season this to taste. Some people like a lot of seasoning. Some people like a little bit. Some people are on a low sodium diet. So, Nina, hi Nina, how are you, my love? How are you feeling? How is your spirit? How is your energy? I wish I could give you some of this albondiga soup, because this is packed with vitamins and minerals and all the stuff that people that are sick or their immune system is compromised can really benefit from. Maybe I could ship it. Maybe I could UPS it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna add is the potatoes. What is it saying? Accessory. Let me see. I'm going to dismiss this. Okay, there was something on my screen and I couldn't see what you guys were typing, what you were saying. Okay, so potatoes is next. We did the carrots, celery, onion, garlic. Now the potatoes. And again, you're going to start with the hardest vegetables, because you want all of the vegetables to cook evenly. Let that go for a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to cut up the tomato. Now the tomato gives it more vitamins. Makes it taste good too, but you know, this soup is just so healthy and so beneficial because of all the garlic that you put in there, the onions, the celery, all these vegetables release all their flavor, but their vitamins too. And then when you even the broth, if you just sip on the broth, oh Lord, Renee, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Renee, rewind it. Rewind the show, the video. Okay, so okay, and then you don't want to fully cook the vegetables, but again, you're just sauteing them so that you can get them to the kind of like the softness of each one of the rest of the vegetables, because the squash and the zucchini are really soft. So okay, the corn, we're putting the corn in. Now this is hearty, and I was saying even if you just oh, it smells so good. Let me see, can you guys see all that? Even if you just sip on the broth, if you can't eat like the vegetables or the meatballs themselves, just the broth has so much vitamins. It's packed full of vitamins. Okay, I'm going to put the tomato, and to this I'm going to add 2 tomatoes, just so that could have all that extra vitamins. My mom hasn't been feeling well, like I said. She hasn't had a lot of energy, so hopefully this will help her put some pep in her step. Okay? The next thing I want you to do is grab some fresh oregano. If you don't have fresh oregano, it's okay. But don't take it out off of the little stems. Just put it all in there, because what happens is that when you finish cooking it, you could just take the stem out and toss it. Okay? So how are we doing? Oh man. I wish you guys could see this. Can you see that? It's looking good. Okay, so just keep stirring it. And I believe that I could add the zucchini and the squash. Wow, look at all those vegetables we're eating. My mom wanted us to eat vegetables. This is how she would do it. Okay, put some more salt. To taste. Don't ask me, Renee, how much I put in there. You put as much as you like. Some people like it with a lot of salt. Some people like it with very little salt. Like I said, some people can't have any salt. But do not forget your chicken bouillon, okay? Because this just gives it that extra taste, extra special taste. If you have chicken stock or vegetable stock, go ahead and put it in there, okay? All right, so I'm going to pour some water, and you're gonna pour, I know Renee's gonna ask, how much water? You pour enough water to cover all of the vegetables, and a little bit, so go a little bit over, okay? Go a little bit over. Okay, let me see. So that all your vegetables can cook, and that you can have enough broth where you can start dropping the meatballs in there, okay? So that's how it's looking. Remember, I love what? Color. I love color. And this is already smelling so good. That garlic and that oregano. I think I'm gonna need some more water, so I'm gonna So I'm pouring some filtered water. They say Long Beach already has very good filter system, very good filtration system built into the city. But I don't know. I just like using my Brita anyway. All right. I'm not gonna put that much water, but I'm gonna get ready to make my agua fresca de pepino, which means what? Oh, I'm going to need more than that. It means cucumber. Cucumber is pepino. Okay? Say with me, pepino. Cucumber. And this is, again, this agua fresca is really refreshing. It's hydrating. If you guys, you guys use that Gatorade and all that stuff, that's cool too. But if you want like natural hydration, you use the cucumber, pepino. Okay, so I love the way it smells. I love the way it tastes. Let me wash this so we can start making that while the soup is cooking. Uh-oh, I just made a mess, y'all. This is heavy. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my fruit cutting board, I'm gonna clean this mess I made because I don't want to slip and fall. And you guys, and for you guys to use it at the America's Funniest Videos. Watch Angel fall. Okay. Wash my hands. Okay, y'all. So, what I really, really, really want to know today is, how are you all feeling? How are you feeling? How are you doing? I'm going to add my cilantro to this. If you don't like cilantro, you can omit it. But this is a must with the albondiga soup. So what I'm going to do is just tear it with my hands. Just put everything in there. You have to make sure you wash cilantro really well. Remember what I told you last time. If you don't open it, like take it apart from the little, take the bush apart. Sometimes in the middle, there's these rocks and stuff and dirt, and you don't want to put that in your food. So you have to take that either rubber band or that little thing that they use to keep it together. Take that off and wash it really, really well. And then you just put it in one of these containers with water, and it'll keep for a few days, especially if you keep it in your refrigerator. Okay, so you put your cilantro in there. I'm going to add, wash my hands. I know, Renee, I know. My nose itched. So I had to itch my nose. No, Renee's watching. She critiques everything I do. So it's good to have a person like that, but they keep you on check and what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so that's going to be boiling. Let's cover it. Oh wait, I was going to add a little bit more chicken bouillon, huh? So keep seasoning as you go, and it's okay to taste the broth, okay? Just so you don't over season. It's better to under season it, because you could fix that quick, than over season it. Because if you over season it, you know, positive criticism only. Yes, we need not positive criticism, but just positive vibes and positive. What can we do together to work for justice and equality? And again, this is not an overnight thing. What the youth are doing, it just didn't happen overnight. They've been really pondering this situation. They've been listening. They've been going to college. They've been going to the community roundtables. So this is what happens when you get youth involved and you teach them how to do something productive with their anger, with their frustrations, with their anxiety. You have to be the positive leader that you want them to be. You can't tell them to be the positive leader, and then here you are raising havoc yourself. You know, you have to lead by example, and only then will you be credible. Because it's like your mom, you know, your mom and your dad. Mama says don't do this, but then they go out and they do it themselves. When you ask them why, they say because. You know, it's not a good answer. Okay, so what do we do now? We're gonna make the meatballs. Okay, this is very important. It's a very important step because you have to properly season these. And then I cheated a little bit. You're supposed to use raw rice, but I cheated. I'm going to use some steamed rice because I want it to be done, and I want you guys to see the finished product. So I hope it's not too hot where I can handle this. And this is Zen cooking, you guys. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I like to take my time. But like I said, this time I did pre-cut a lot of the ingredients so that you're not just sitting here watching me cut the ingredients. Okay, so 1 pound of beef, ground beef. And this is 1 cup of cooked rice. If you add uncooked rice, add maybe half a cup, okay? I'm gonna add some garlic salt to taste. A little bit of pepper. Add a little bit more garlic salt. Okay, and then to this, you're going to add 1 egg, okay? 1 huevo. Huevo is egg. You don't actually say huevo, it's huevo, like with a H, but we just say huevo. Okay, now this is the fun part. This is what I like doing. So you get your hands all in it. You're gonna mix the rice with the ground beef, the egg, and your seasoning. Okay, now a lot of people love to use chopped garlic in here and oregano, and you could do that too. Or onion, you could chop your onion and put it in here too. So you just make sure you mush it. This is the only thing I like mushy. Remember I keep saying I don't like mushy stuff. Oh, see, here I go. That knife was getting too close to me. So I don't like mushy stuff, but I like this mushy. How many eggs, Renee? 1 huevo. Un huevo no más. But if you're making more, of course it's going to be more eggs. Let's say if you're making 2 pounds of ground beef and you put 2 eggs. Okay, so this is my favorite part. So what we're doing, this hasn't really like boiled. It has to be really hot. So I'm wondering why it's not. Maybe once. Okay. I know it's plugged in. Anyway, let's see. So make sure it's I might have to change it to the other, to the stove so it could be done faster. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna start making meatballs, okay? They don't have to be perfectly round. You just take a little piece of the mixture and you make a meatball, and then you just drop it in the soup. Try to make them all even, because you don't want to make really big ones and then smaller ones, and then they don't cook at the same rate. Okay, so you just get a little bit in your hands, you roll it, you drop it. Again, comfort food. Comfort food. If my great-grandma, my grandma, or my mama would hear us like sneeze or something, they would rush to the kitchen to make the Hi Don Cochran, how you doing? Oh, I forgot to mention, June 3rd, was my 1 year anniversary of being a Rotarian. I joined Long Beach Rotary a year ago, and I just want to thank Judy Seal and Henry for being my sponsors. I love that they chose me. They introduced me to Rotary, and it's if you don't know what Rotary is about, please look it up online. It's the oldest community service organization, and we have, oh my gosh, we have thousands of members here in Long Beach. I think we're one of the largest, right? I don't know if Judy's watching, but she could probably say it. Henry Fung, if y'all are watching, please, you can comment. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Heather. Yes. For me, it was a no-brainer when Judy Seal approached me to be a Rotarian, and she told me what it was about, you know, service above self. I just said, that's been my mantra. That's been my motto since I was probably born. Thank you, Ceci. So, you know, it was a perfect match. Service above self, and don't get me wrong. I think when I said this to a couple of people, they're like, "Well, no, I come first." You know, if it's not about me, then I'm not going to join something like that. Which, no, I don't mean do not take care of yourself. Of course, you take care of yourself first. But service above self, to me, this is my opinion of what it means. You know, service above self means if I have $100,000 and I already have a Lexus, and I could go, this is just an example. I know these cars are worth more, but if you want to go buy a Mercedes, you know, and you know that there's a huge need in the community, what are you going to spend that money on? That Mercedes or the community? Service above self. You know, I would spend it in the community, and that's actually what I do. Anything I can do, anything that we get, any money that we get in, we're automatically thinking, how can this benefit the community? Renee Smith, you epitomize the value of Rotary, Angel. Oh, y'all are gonna make me cry. You know, I love that you get to access lots of people from all walks of life through Rotary. People that I wouldn't even think would invite me to their house, to their living room to have a meeting. You know, I've been to these beautiful homes in Naples. I've been to these beautiful homes in East Long Beach, and the people are so welcoming and friendly, you know, and it's not like they pick and choose who's going to come into their home. You're part of Rotary, you're family, and you're welcome to come in. And I love it. It's a family. It's a family. And for people like me that are just natural community, how do I say this? People that connect the community, you know. I don't know how to say that, but community leaders, community activists, people that know the value of relationships and partnerships are people who are joining Rotary. And, you know, when people join, you don't join because you're going to get something out of it. You join because you're going to give something from you, your skills, your passion, your time. They have all these amazing programs, scholarships for youth, camp for youth, which is my specialty and my draw, is doing anything with the youth. And I can't wait to really dive into that, you know, because things got in the way. I was 100% committed and devoted to it, and then, you know, life took me on a little sidetrack with my mama, having to be the caregiver for my mama. And then this COVID thing happened. But I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that as soon as I get a little bit of normalcy, I'm going to be 100% back, 100%, and helping really helping the youth and jumping on board with the scholarships and the camp. You wash my hands because even though this is fun, it's messy. Now here you do have to use some soap and wash your hands really well, because you just put your hands in raw meat and the egg and stuff, and you don't want to spread the salmonella stuff. Okay, you don't want to cross-contaminate anything, so keep washing your hands. Keep everything clean and sanitized. Who's that? Frankie Mac. Hi, Frankie. That's my nephew. My nephew's a poet, and he didn't know it. You knew I was going to say that. Frankie is a writer. He writes lyrics. He writes rap songs. He writes this is poetry. So look for him on Instagram and like his music or his page. Okay, now we're cooking. Now I see the something's happening with my electricity. Okay, now you have to cover this and try not to stir it a lot, because what happens if you keep stirring a lot. Heather Robbins, did you sing happy birthday? To who, Heather? Whose birthday is it? Heather, type. Whose birthday is it? I don't know whose birthday it is. Okay, we have a donation. Thank you for our donation. Okay, so while that's cooking, we're going to make our cucumber agua fresca. I'm going to put some more water in here. I'm going to throw some ice in here. Okay. Water, ice. You gotta serve this with a lot of ice, because it's really refreshing. Like I said, this is naturally hydrating. You guys can get your Gatorade and all that other stuff, but why, when you could have this wonderful stuff? So what you're gonna use for this, what you're gonna need is just so get you a pitcher with water, filtered water and ice. You're gonna cut, this is one cucumber, okay? One medium cucumber. And this is half a cup of brown Mexican sugar. That's my favorite. Okay, light brown sugar. Oh well. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this in your, what is this called? NutriBullet. So I just added water, the peeled and cubed cucumber, and some Marissa. Hi, Marissa. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Woohoo! We have my, don't look. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to stop messing with your mama. I'm going to stop messing with Marissa. Okay, so you have the cucumber peeled and cubed, and the Mexican light brown sugar. And you are going to, remember what we said, my favorite word, liquefy. Now you liquefy this. That's enough. You liquefy this, you blend it together. Oh my gosh, that smells so yummy. And you pour it in your pitcher with the ice and the filtered water. Should have it over here, huh? Then what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna use lemon and lime. I remember what I told you to do. Put it on your cutting board and just roll it back and forth, so you can get all the juice to come to the middle of your lemons or your limes. Now, if they have any, like yesterday, cut a lime and it was, I mean, it had no juice whatsoever. I think it was just old. Okay, so what you're gonna do, is you're gonna squeeze the juice right into the pitcher. Oh, and, I don't know if you guys saw the pineapple water that I made last time. Our cameras kept shutting off, so I apologize for that. You never know what could go wrong when you're doing live classes like this. Okay, so when you do lemon and lime, it just really changes the flavor. It makes it taste really, really yummy and refreshing. Okay. Now be careful with these things, because when you put the lime or the lemon in here and you just squeeze it really hard, the juice goes all over the place. Okay. So that's 1 lime, and this lemon is pretty big, so this equals like to 2 lemons. Okay, so you could get, I'm gonna use it all. You could get 1 lemon, 1 lime, or if they're huge like this, you decide on how citrusy you want this. Who's on there? Joseph Seminar. What's up, Seminar? Okay. Get all the juice. See, when you go like this and then you turn it like this, there's more juice on the sides that you don't want to waste. And this is not only pretty. This is really yummy. It's really refreshing. And what I would love to see is that you all stop drinking soda. You know, soda is not good for you, especially Pepsi or Coke. Sorry, Pepsi or Coke. It's just not good for you. It's good for cleaning grills. Have you guys watched those videos on how well those sodas clean rust and all that stuff? So just imagine what they're doing to your insides. And then with all that sugar they have. Anyways, I'm not. Let me turn this back to a positive show. Natural waters, agua fresca or agua natural. You get fiber, you get vitamins, you get minerals, you get hydration, you get all that natural good stuff. And then, so instead of using just the plain white sugar, you use some of that good Mexican brown sugar, like me. Or, ooh, that should have been the cooking show. Brown sugar. Okay. And this is Zen cooking. Again, if you guys can't sit and watch the whole show, the whole class, it's okay. You could tune in when I post this and just rewind to the spots that you want. Okay? Deal? If there's something on the show that I say that you don't like, please don't comment negatively. Do that on your own page. Okay? What we are here to do is be Zen, provide positiveness, and share love and show love, and no hate. No hate. Who's that, Marissa? Ave Maria. Ave Maria. Whew. Okay, so because there's a little bit, let me wash my hands first, because all that lemon and lime got all over my hands. Man, so there's still sugar in here, so put some of this get it all out of there. This is what I do with salsas, with mole. Oh, I shouldn't tell you guys this, but I am. My mama wanted some mole, so I made her a quick mole yesterday. And you should have seen her face. She was in heaven. She was in heaven. It's her food. It's her, you know, I try to get her to just eat only healthy. And I know it's good for her, but, you know, she doesn't always like the oven baked chicken with just a little tiny bit of salt and the steamed vegetables and the brown rice. You know, she wants some of her food. So I'm not totally cutting her off of all of the, what she likes to eat, because, you know, like she told me herself, if the diabetes doesn't kill me, your diet is going to kill me, because I still want to taste food. I want to live. I want to enjoy my food, you know, so I have to kind of it's a balance. I have to not wean her off, but not give it to her all the time. She loves pan dulce, and pan dulce is the Mexican bread. She likes pan dulce with a Coke, you know, so she can't have any Coke. So what I do, okay, so this is one tip. What I do is, like, for instance, this that I'm making right now, the agua fresca, I will use some of the mineral water, and I will mix a little bit of mineral water with this. So it tastes like she's still having like a soda pop, but, you know, she has a little bit more vitamins and all these benefits. Okay, so this is, I can't wait to taste this. This is agua de pepino. And for you to make it all purty, you're gonna dump some slices of cucumber. Okay, make this at parties, you guys. Every time you put like fruit into even lemonade, you know, you pour some strawberries or some raspberries or blueberries, you just give it that extra oomph, you know, and it looks pretty, it looks appetizing. And if I saw this, and if I saw some soda, I would go for this. But I'm just speaking for myself. Okay, so taste this. Oh, man, that's good. It's a little sweet. It's very refreshing. And you can taste the lemon, the lime, the cucumber. Oh man, that's delicious, you guys. So, okay, agua fresca de pepino. Now, Mexicans, or just Latinos in general, are very resourceful, and we use what we have, what grows in our lands in Mexico. In Mexico, okay? We use everything, whatever's in season, to make agua fresca. So every time in Mexico, every time you sit down to have lunch or dinner, you have agua fresca. And you could have like watermelon agua fresca, melon agua fresca, strawberry, whatever fruit is in season, we're going to throw it in there. See, we just threw cucumber and made it a agua fresca. So you'd be surprised what we come up with to have a refreshing drink. And all of it is good for you, you know. If you pick all these stuff from your rancho, from your own what is it called? Your own field, your own garden. There's gonna be so much satisfaction in you eating your own food. You know, that you cooked, that you grew and you cooked yourself. So let me see. I know I wanted to talk about a few things, but let me look at my notes. Oh yes, I want to give a shout out to the nonprofit partnership. I want to give a shout out to Julie Meenan and Nico Galvez, who is in charge of Long Beach Gives. And if you don't know, like Long Beach Gives, this is our second annual Long Beach Gives. It's a 24-hour fundraising event for benefiting nonprofits. Long Beach nonprofits, where I don't know if they come from other places, but it's mainly, primarily Long Beach nonprofits. We have 24 hours to raise money, and the money goes right back to the nonprofits. And I want you guys to really be looking out on social media for Long Beach Gives, hashtag Long Beach Gives, and please share it, please donate, because last year our goal was to raise over $300,000. I mean, $300,000. We raised $800,000, over $800,000. And that money went right back to our community organizations. And this is not, I'm not talking about only the YMCA or the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. It's diverse, different types of organizations that deal with every issue that you can think of here in Long Beach. So nonprofits are important, you guys. Please continue to help us, to support us, because through our help, through our individualized help that we give to our communities, we're able to meet the needs, and to, if there's like a gap in services, the nonprofits will step up and we will fill that gap and we will meet the needs. So it's very important that you all understand that nonprofits, they're nonprofit. Nobody should be profiting from a nonprofit. So not every single dollar that goes into all nonprofits goes back to the community. There's some bigger nonprofits that have overhead, they have operating expenses, they have all this staff. Okay, so there are smaller nonprofits where a portion of your proceeds goes back to the community, because that's what we're here to do. We're not here to be driving around in the latest Rolex, all this fancy gear. A nonprofit that's supposed to serve the community should have a fair pay for their executive directors and all their staff, but their main goal should be giving back to the community. So I know you guys are like skeptical about what nonprofit organizations to give. Make sure you do your homework. Check their background. Everything should be out. It should be public. So you all can do your research. We're a small nonprofit. We are 100% volunteer run, and every single dollar that comes in here, of course, we're going to use a portion to pay for our building and electricity and the internet, the basic stuff. But everything else goes right back into the community. And it just makes me so happy that you all trust us with your hard-earned money. And I thank you so much. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do all the wonderful stuff that we do out in the community. So it's not, oh, Angel's doing this wonderful thing. No, it's the nonprofit, our members, and you all that is doing this. We just give you the platform. We give you California Families in Focus, and you give us the money, and together we make things happen. Okay. I'm not going to say that our nonprofit is the end all to every social ill, because there's no possible way that we could do help every single person out in the community. But wherever we can, we do. And that's what we keep saying, is that we're a small profit with a huge heart. We're a small nonprofit with a huge heart. My dream is to become just the founder and to pull in all the money so that I could hire staff to run the nonprofit, and then I can come and go and make a difference globally. I really want to make a difference in Mexico. I want to make a difference not only in Long Beach, but in LA and Orange County and Palm Springs, which we're already branching out to all these places, So I want to be able to hire people to do all the wonderful work that we're doing, and just guide them in the right direction. So big big shout out to Nico. This is the first time she's doing this, and I know and I sense her nervousness and being the leader of such a very important and responsible job, you know. But shout out to you, Nico. You're doing a great job, sweetie. And thank you for checking in and for asking all of us, what can you do better? Or what should you talk about? Or am I doing this right? Because a true leader always takes constructive criticism and does something with it. Okay, so thank you for that. Hashtag Long Beach Gives, you guys. Please share it. Please donate. Please forward the information. Please like our pages and every social media. Every dollar counts. Yes, yes. Thank you, Heather. Every single dollar counts. I'm gonna tell you, Ceci Sanchez, who's a faithful watcher, she's always giving. And it doesn't matter if it's $10, $15, $20, $30, you know. We need water for our volunteers. We need supplies. We need all that stuff. So everything that you give us, you're buying, you know. There's waters are sometimes like 2 for $8 or 2 for $5. We go and we buy in bulk and we take them to everybody who's in our office doing stuff. So I also want to thank I already said Judy Seals for being my sponsor for the Rotary. I can't wait to see what other Rotaries internationally are doing and how we can partner with them. And then finally, you know, like I said, my shirt today says "You Matter." It says "You Matter" because I see all this back and forth talking about, you know, why is it only Black Lives Matter? Why should I care about police officers? Why should I care about any other race but my own? You know why? Because it takes every single one of us to make a difference. And if you look in the news, you look at the news, you change the news channels, it's not only Black people fighting and marching and doing all this wonderful stuff for Black Lives Matter. It's Black, it's white, it's Asian, it's Latino, it's Cambodian, it's every single race out there. You know why? We're not saying that only Black lives matter. All lives matter. But right now, we need to empower and we need to inspire our youth, and we need to let them know that Black lives matter because Black lives are being taken, and you get very little coverage. Okay, all lives matter. All lives matter. You matter. I'm just going to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. So I remember a few people coming up to Kim. Kim was a police officer. My wife was a police officer, a wonderful police officer. 2 people came up to her at different times, and they asked, okay, so let's ask you, Kimberly Maddox, you're Black and you're a police officer. Which life matters most? Which life matters the most? And she looked down and she looked up with a smile. She says, my life matters. I matter. Let me tell you all my isms, or let me tell you everything that you see when you see me. You see that I'm Black. You see that I'm a woman. You see that I'm a police officer. You see that I'm a lesbian. I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community. So I have all these things that I am. So LGBTQ lives matter. Blue lives matter. Black lives matter. Women's lives matter. And she just eloquently, she just had this natural, like, she wouldn't get mad or upset, you know. She just had this natural talent for just calming everybody down and explaining what she was trying to convey, what she was trying to say to people, and get them to understand her point of view, you know. She's all of these things. So how can she choose which lives matter the most? All lives matter. You know, I have people telling me, well, you're Latina. How come you're advocating for Black Lives Matter? You know what? I am Black. I am Asian. I am European. I'm Indian. I'm so many things. How can I choose which part of me matters the most? All of me matters the most. I matter as a woman. I matter as an immigrant. I matter. I matter. You matter. Don't forget this. Now, I don't want to get all emotional and all chillona because I've been doing that all freaking week. All freaking week. But just to see the youth and all these different races come together as one, there's nothing like that. And I know that we're heading to a better place. We're heading into the future with hope and with dreams and knowing that we're all not going to stand for injustice anywhere. Okay. And I'm not only talking about, Kim was there for me when I had a problem. I miss her. We all miss her. Kim was there for everybody. You know, she just didn't discriminate. She did not discriminate. If you came to her right, and if you asked her for help or for advice, she would always be there for everybody. So that's the type of people we need to be. Okay? Now, to me, we need to definitely start teaching and educating all of our community, starting with our youth. And you don't start when they're already older or you know, or at the senior level. And I'm not talking about high school seniors, at the senior level. You start talking about all these things. I'm gonna use Kim's words, when they're knee high. Okay? You start educating your kids when they're knee high. Knee high means they're little, this little. Okay? You have to teach empathy and sympathy. We've all gone through horrible things. Yes, all these different races have gone through horrible things. What we're asking is for everybody to unite and make a change for this particular movement, for the Black Lives Matter movement. And after that, let's focus on the Cambodian community. Let's focus on the Latinos. Everybody has a story. We all have a struggle. We all have a history. We all have history. But what matters more is what we do today to ensure the future of our children for tomorrow. What kind of world are we raising them in? What kind of world do we want them to inherit? Do you want them to inherit a racist society that only cares about money and power? No, you want them to inherit a world where everybody takes care of each other. You share, you compromise, you understand, and only if we truly immerse ourselves in the different cultures will we understand the struggle. Because you could say, oh, I know what you're going through, but if you've never visited a Latino home, a Black person's home, a Cambodian home, if you haven't sat down and have had broken bread with them and had their food, their traditional food, if you've never attended their weddings, if you've never attended their ceremonies, if you've never ever asked them, where did you come from and what has your struggle been, then you don't truly understand. You don't truly understand. And I believe in my heart and in my soul that everything that's happened now, everything that people are marching for is truly going to make a huge difference. And, you know, people say, I want change, I want evolution. I want us to evolve. I want us, our brain, our spirits, our hearts to evolve, because when you say the word change, people resist that. They resist change. We must evolve. We must evolve as a human race to be a loving race, to be a caring race. And I don't know what type of upbringing all the people that are saying these racist things out there that are full of hate. I don't know what kind of upbringing they had, you know. So I'm not going to judge you 100% because you're a horrible human being. I may dislike your actions, but I'm not going to hate you as a human being. I just dislike the stuff that you do and what you stand for. And I have no time for people like that. I have no room in my life for people like that. All lives matter, but all lives have not mattered, and it's important to support these movements for change. Okay, change, evolution, evolve. We must evolve. We can't stay stagnant, and we can't just keep just giving this hate any more power. You know, we have to be the people that we want others to be. And again, you know, start knee high. Start teaching your kids. Start involving them in different community events and cultural cultural conversations and community conversations. I am just like proud of the youth that are truly doing peaceful demonstrations. I am not about the people who are coming from, whether it's from this city, from other cities, from other states. I am not down with the looting and the destruction of property, because that's counterproductive. It's counterproductive. I do understand that people are upset, they're mad, they're angry, they're tired. They're tired of injustice, you know, and like I say, I'm down for the people who are down for justice, not just us. It's not about just us, it's about justice. So it's time, this revolution, this little poem the other thing that was happening. And at the end, I just said, you know, I pray for this revolution to bring about evolution. And I do believe that that's where we're heading. And we must keep empowering our youth and our community members, our ethical community members, to step up into leadership roles. Because other than that, we're just handing over. We're just letting people make choices for us that are not good for us. They're not thinking about the future. They're thinking about how they could benefit. Okay? Not all community leaders are ethical. So check that too. If there's an ethical community member that you're down with, that have been just consistent and helping the community way before they become elected officials or police officers or firefighters, watch the trend. Check their history. Have they been consistent, or is it only when they're about to run for something that they're out there doing stuff? You know, I just love my community. I love my community. I love working for and with my community. And I just pray that change or evolution comes quickly. I know that this Tuesday, again, if you guys want change and evolution, go vote. I don't care how many rallies and protests you do. If you do not go vote, you're not making your voice heard as loud as you're having it heard out in the streets. If you can't go vote, take people to vote. Drive them. If you could drive people to go vote. Encourage them. Educate them on the laws and everything that's out there. You know, this year is a very important year. Tuesday, go to city council, watch the city council. There's Mayor Garcia, along with our Long Beach chief of police. They're bringing about all this wonderful information to have our African American Cultural Center right here in Long Beach. They're looking at where to pull funding from. You know, I know what you all are going to say. We need a Cambodian cultural center. We need a Mexican or a Latino cultural center. So if you want all of this, then make policy. You know, sit down, write some policy, write some ideas, sit with some community groups and take action. Make all the businesses that we're contributing to and growing, that have all these businesses, sit down with you and say, how much are you going to give us? Oh yeah, elected officials, the community members, the businesses, all these people can come together to make this happen. You know, I would love to see a Chicano history museum, and talk about the Zoot and the riots and everything that happened in the Zoot riots with the Chicanos, with the Latinos. I would love to see artifacts. I would love to see articles and all these things of what contributions all these different races have made, all these contributions to make this great city of Long Beach so diverse and so beautiful and so progressive. But whatever you want, you have to apply action to it. You can't just wish for it, because then it's just a wish. You have a dream, apply action to it. Prepare yourselves, get people to rally behind you and with you. Write up a very good plan, give it to the city council, and let's do this. Don't just complain. People that complain all the time but don't get their ass up and go vote, they're just null and void to me. If you're complaining, if you're rattling all these cages, you need to go vote. You need to do something more than just sit there and complain and criticize how the government is not doing what they're supposed to do. This city council member, the mayor of Long Beach, is not doing what you want them to do. You want a better mayor, then you step up and you be mayor, and you'll see that it's not as easy as people think. The mayor of Long Beach has been working on the African American Community Center, yes, for a while, for a long, long time. So Mayor Robert Garcia has been working on the African American Cultural Center for a while. So this is the time for us to kick it off, for us to have a grand opening. This is the time. This is the time. Oh. You would like that too? Open communication, right? And not getting so mad and upset, because when you get mad and upset and you yell, you're heard less. You're heard less. You could get mad, but what are you going to do with that anger? What are you going to do with that energy? What are you going to do? Are you going to use it in a positive way? Or are you just going to sit there and want to shoot up everything like we've seen before? People get angry because they don't like what's going on, and it's not their belief or what they were brought up to think or to feel or to believe. So we just got to understand that especially Long Beach, we're a melting pot of so many different ethnicities and cultures, and instead of tearing each other down, we need to embrace each other and respect our differences and get to know each other. People don't like and they hate what they don't understand. If you don't know my struggle, if you don't know what my people have struggled, how they've struggled, then you can't identify with what I'm trying to say. So open and honest dialogue without being all mad and angry and all that. Yeah, it gets us upset and angry because it's been hundreds of years of racism, of slavery, of all these things that have happened. But it's time to move forward and be progressive. We want progress. Whew, I think my Albondigas soup is done. I get so passionate about the community because for over 25 years, I have been part of that community. I came to Long Beach when stuff was crazy. It was crazy. We didn't have the businesses weren't being patronized. It was a sad time. And then just to see it grow and evolve into this huge hustling and bustling city, it's amazing, So don't knock people for not doing what you think they should be doing, Just help out. If you want to come to city council and stuff, don't come here just to complain. Go there with a plan. Go there with ideas and give these ideas so that we can all be part of this change or evolution. It smells so good. smells good. So let's see. 12:35. Okay. I didn't hit the 1 hour. I still haven't had a show that's 1 hour long, but it's hard when you want things to come out nice and do it the right way and do Zen. Renee's challenging me to do just a 1 hour cooking show, but it's hard. So I'm gonna plate this. And again, remember that anybody who donates today, you donate $100, you're gonna get this meal for 2. If you donate just because you want to donate, shoot, that's even better, you know. Just donate because you want to donate, because you want to help these community businesses. Everything that we raise today is going to go to help the local businesses who got looted and vandalized during the protest. And again, remember, you guys, that these protesters are not. Don't confuse it with the people that are doing peaceful protesting. Don't lump them all up, because there's agitators, there's anarchists, and there's all these people that come here for their own personal motives, you know. And who knows, you know, who knows if they're being paid by somebody to come and do this? Who knows if they're really here for the right reason? So don't lump everybody up into one group. There's anarchists, agitators, peaceful protesters. There's people that are just opportunists. What? Somebody broke the van store and it's open for anybody to go and steal stuff? I'm gonna go get me some, because I can't afford a pair of that, you know, those type of shoes. Or people just stealing plain stuff, you guys. You know, it's not necessary. We just had so many huge food drives, you know. Go to the food drives. It's not that we haven't been feeding you. It's not that we haven't been taking care of you. It's just that opportunity and that rush and that mob mentality that happens when all these things are going on. Oh, man. So we could talk about this all day long, but this looks good, you guys. Okay. I don't know how good it's going to taste, but I made it, so of course I'm going to say it's good. Okay, so I don't know about you all, but I've been just so drained emotionally. I've been so emotionally drained. Oh, man. But you know, just makes me happy. And there was a few of my mentees and community members out there in the peaceful protests, and I told them the same thing. Don't go out there and don't be doing stupid things, you know. Just go out there and make your voice heard. Put out that message of that you want, and do peaceful demonstrations. I'm about to show you what we made. I can't wait for us to start having all these community conversations. And again, please don't come in and just complain and just yell and scream. Come to these meetings ready with a plan and with great ideas, positive ideas on how to move our entire community forward. What was I going to get? Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna get closer so I could show this to you. But let's see. How you do this? Maybe if I take this off. Ah, I get it. If you have fruit, it'll just keep it out of your glass. If you guys could smell this, it smells so yummy and refreshing. What did I do with my... I'm walking funny because I have this cord just hanging all over the place. Okay, so this is my Bring Solutions for Your Complaints. Yes, this is my cucumber agua fresca. I drink this all day. And again, like the good thing about all these agua frescas is that you could add a little bit of tequila or vodka and just you know, have you a little cocktail. Ooh, this is hot. This is hot. This is our albondiga soup. I'll take pictures. I'll take pictures of it, but let me see, where's the camera? The lighting is not good today. What the heck is going on with the lighting? Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Oh, and before you eat your albondiga soup, you always squeeze a little bit of lime or lemon in it, and then you put a little bit of hot sauce. It could be Tapatio or fresh made hot sauce. Ooh, that's so yummy. Just the broth is so comforting, you know. This is gonna be good for my mama. Okay, so. Oh man. Comfort food. Now, the way we serve albondigas, you already have rice in the meatballs, okay? So the way we serve albondigas is with some tortillas, with some warm tortillas on the side. If you have homemade tortillas, oh my God, that's so much. That's yummy. When you have homemade tortillas with albondiga soup. Hot. It's yummy. Okay, now this really needs a little squirt of lime and some hot sauce. Gotta do it. I didn't make any fresh hot sauce, any salsa, so just gonna put a little bit of tapatio. Get a little bit of hot sauce later. Okay, so you see the corn, you see the zucchini, and it's not overcooked. Please do not overcook your vegetables, your soup. You have to still leave them with a little bit of how do you say this, with the texture, you know, but not hard. Some people like hi Nolan, hi sweetie. We just made albondiga soup. This is Mexican meatball soup. So comforting. And you know, oh, I was talking about the vegetables. Some people like them like I cut the zucchini in half. Some people just cut them in rounds, and they make like these big old chunks or big old pieces of potato or whatever they're putting in here, all the vegetables. And some people like them diced into like little tiny squares. So that all depends on you. But I just like them like this, like a bite size, where you don't have to open your mouth all wide to get that big old piece of potato or the big old piece of carrot. That's my meal. I'll take pictures of it. My refreshing cucumber agua fresca, and my meatball soup with my Mama Maria Colis, who was my healer, who was the town's healer. She taught us how to make all these great recipes that she said they can cure a cold, but also a broken heart. And I'm wondering why she said that. It may be because when you sit down, if somebody makes this for you, it's comforting, you know, and they're showing you their love. They're pouring their love into the soup. Recipes. Okay. All the ingredients are on a previous page, but I do this live feed so that you all could take the recipes, not for me. Instead of me writing them down, you could see how I made this recipe. But when I have time, I think I should sit down and just just write down all the recipes and just put them out there. I don't know what's up with my YouTube page, you guys. I tried to upload video, but I can't seem to get that down. And then I tried to do a live feed, but it said I had to already have 1,000 followers in order for me to do a live cooking class. So I'll sit down and I'll research some more on that. But I don't know if I have to have a paid membership to be able to upload stuff. It's really confusing for me, and I'm not like the techie girl, so I think I just need some help with that. Somebody can help me, please, get this YouTube page started and get it going, and how to upload the videos and how to do all this stuff. I'd be so appreciative. So, closing message, you guys. This is my comfort food. We need lots of comfort right now. We need prayers. We need healing circles. We need love. We need Zen. We need understanding. And we need to come to a place where we move from tolerance to acceptance, to full acceptance. So we need to move from tolerance to acceptance of every beautiful race out there, of every culture, of our diverse city, because of our diversity. Okay. Go to your city council meeting this Tuesday and listen to what they have to say about the African American Cultural Center, that I'm sure will definitely open up fast. I hope that it opens up sooner than later, and that everybody comes out and supports it, and that they don't vandalize it, and really respect what the whole message about this African American Cultural Center is going to be. Okay, so let's support everybody who's rallying behind that, who's working towards that, and let's start there. And again, go to the Cambodian community, to the Mexican community, and let's get all these people together to really put out there in the community what we really want to see. Like I said, I want to see a Chicano history, cultural center with the Mexican culture, and I want to see all the zoot suits. I want to see them on mannequins. I want to press a button for me to see a history of everything that happened, and take the good stuff. Take the good stuff from everything and use it to keep moving our community forward. We can do it together. I believe in you all. You matter. You matter. This, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it says, again, don't let your story end. Oh, wait, here. Don't let your story end. Write your story. Everybody has a story. Write your story. Share your story. Create educational circles, healing circles, and tell people who you are and why you matter. Okay? I love you. You matter. And I will see you at the next cooking show. I'm going to give my mama some of this soup and some of this agua fresca. And I hope you make this and that you feel all the love and the comfort and taste all the vitamins that are in there. See you next time. I love you all for tuning in and for watching. Thank you. It's all of you who are making me stay here. I love you. See you next Sunday.